to talk about the concept for managers of the open door policy. And today I want to talk about closing the open door. I think the open door policy is often spoken about as a really great management strategy, and you hear managers say, oh, my door's always open anytime the staff can just come in and see me and talk to me about anything, and that's seen as a good management strategy. But I'm not so sure that it is, because what I see is managers with an open door, their staff get used to the door being open all the time, and so they can come with small things at any time when they're walking past and they think of them. And what it also means for the manager is that it's difficult to put aside the blocks of time that we need as managers to work on what Stephen Covey would call the important but not urgent things. The big report we have to write, the strategic thinking we have to do, the bigger planning questions, the writing policy, those kinds of, they need chunks of time. And often when I speak to managers about closing the open door, they're quite horrified. Oh, my staff would be mortified if I closed the door. Well, I think that we could teach our staff to accept the open door. And I think it's a matter of changing habits. And so, and obviously you wouldn't just do it, you know, suddenly you come in and you've closed your door and nobody knows why. But you would talk to your staff and say, look, I need these chunks of time to work on these things. I'm going to schedule them at certain times of the, you know, you might find that Monday morning's a really good time to do it, or whatever is it, chunks of time you put in your diary. You let your staff know that, so they know my door will be closed, so, you know, contact me if there's a fire or a flood or something. And they survive. They actually survive. And also, I think that our staff care about us. So if we do get into a new habit of closing the open door, they get used to it and they accept it. And in fact, they're quite supportive of it. So a lot of the people who are doing our management training report back, say, oh, the staff were wonderful. They supported me completely. And those closed door times, you can do them on a regular basis, which is helpful if you can manage to do that with your diary, so that you know you have, you know, 2 hours every Monday morning or on Wednesday afternoons or whatever is a suitable time. And you work out how many of those you need, because managers don't put enough of those blocks of time for the important but not urgent things. We're often driven by our emails, we turn our emails on, we're driven by other people's expectations, we're driven by who walks in the door and sits down and asks a question of us, and we're not driving our own time ourselves. And so chunks of time like that can really help us get those jobs done that, because they take a fair bit of time, they're very easy to put to the back burner, and you deal with all the little bits and pieces, and you just respond to them. So I want to just encourage you to close the open door sometime.